Welcome back, Superbrain. In our last lesson, we've talked about nutrition, we've talked about exercise, we've talked about this thing called automatic negative thoughts and changing our negative thoughts to something more positive and the people around us. Now in this lesson, I want to go deep in an area where a lot of people neglect the most, and it was the one on sleep and rest. Sleep and rest and how do you get out of stress? Because here's the thing, sleep is so important. Are you getting enough sleep? Most people would say no, they're not getting the deep sleep, the smart sleep that they're really looking for. And so in this lesson, I'm going to give you some of my favorite brain hacks to be able to sleep deeper and sleep smarter. Because why is it important to sleep? For your brain, it's important because that's where you're consolidating your short to long-term memories. Let me say that again, that without sleep, you need the sleep to take your short-term memories that you're learning during the day and convert them into long-term memories. Another reason why you want to sleep is because it's when you're sleeping that you actually clear this plaque in your brain that can lead to dementia and Alzheimer's. So it's very important for prevention. And also the reason why you want to sleep from a brain perspective, another reason is it's when you actually dream, right? You need to sleep to be able to dream. Now, why is dreaming so important? Is because that's where you actually come up with new solutions and new ideas. History is, the world around us is filled with inventions, ideas, and music and art and literature that actually came from people's dreams, the creators' dreams. I'm going to talk about that in a future lesson on how to remember your dreams. So sleep is imperative. You could do everything else. Have a good diet, learn how to read faster, improve your memory, remember names, all that. But if you get a bad night's sleep, how do you feel the next day? Are you thinking quite as well? Do you have the mental acuity? Do you have that brain fog, right? You're forgetting things. It's hard to be sharp. It's hard to focus. And that's what happens when you don't get that sleep. So knowing that, here are some of my favorite sleep hacks. So first of all, I would say this. Your digital devices. Your digital devices are keeping you from sleeping well. And what do I mean by that? I mean a lot of people at night, they're on their laptops or on their smart device, and it's the last thing that they touch at night. And it's tragic because here's the challenge with touching your phone late at night. Number one, you're stimulating. You're getting all these dopamine fixes, which are keeping you up. Like every time you get a like and a share, you check a text message and everything's lighting it up and it's getting you out of that parasympathetic mode that you need to be in to relax. The other reason why you don't want to be on your digital devices is that anything with a screen, a television, an iPad, your phone, it emits this blue light. Now, why is that a challenge? Blue light actually inhibits the production of melatonin. So when you're looking at a screen that has blue light in it, it actually prevents you and inhibits your own production of melatonin, which is an important hormone that automatically signals you to relax. So what happens when you're looking at these screens? Your eyes are being flooded with this blue light, so it's inhibiting your production of melatonin, which is important because that's the hormone that helps you to relax and go into the parasympathetic sleep mode. And so that's a challenge. Now, certain things you can do about this is, number one, don't touch a digital device the last hour or two of sleep. And you're like, oh no, I don't, and people are gonna hate me for saying that. But as your super brain coach, I wanna remind you, I'm not telling you what you wanna hear, I'm telling you what you need to hear. And so get off your digital devices a couple hours before you go to sleep. Now, if you have to be on your digital devices, there's settings on your laptop, there's apps like Flux, F.LUX that helps to actually eliminate the blue light as it grows later in the day. There's settings on your phone where you have nighttime version, where you could go into grayscale, which could help you also with that. But in general, I would keep the phone out of the bedroom and not keep it as a source of stimulus. Number two, besides getting off your smart devices and your screens at night, what I would say is darkness. You want to be able to sleep in a room that's dark. And the latest research is confirming this, that even a little bit of light from like a street light outside or from your alarm clock can actually prevent you from getting the deep sleep. Because even if it's not going in your eyes, actually your body has photoreceptors, and they've done these studies where they put just a little light behind your knee and it'll actually keep somebody up. So ideally, your sanctuary there is completely dark. So you could go to the store, for example, and get blackout curtains, and they prevent any outside sources of light getting inside the sanctuary that you're building for yourself. The third thing I would do, besides getting off of screens, besides keeping the room completely dark, is make sure that you're using your bedroom solely for either sleep or sex, because that's really what it's there for. Do not bring work into your bedroom because your environment gets anchored to very specific states. What do I mean by that? Your bedroom should be a place of rest. And if you bring your laptop in there, you're programming and linking that environment to that state of being busy and going into work mode. So the third tip is keep the bedroom free of work. So speaking about your sleep environment, another quick tip would be to keep your bedroom on the cool side. We're talking about the high 60s Fahrenheit, maybe 20.5 Celsius, because when it's cooler, you go into hibernation mode and you sleep better also as well. And the last quick tip to help you to be able to sleep at night is exercise. Physical exercise could actually help you to sleep better. But there was a study done at Appalachian State University said there's a specific time that's better than others. So they had 3 groups of people exercise at 3 different times, 7 a.m., 1 p.m., and 7 p.m. And by far, those who exercise at 7 a.m. reported deeper levels of sleep. So exercise in the morning, very, very important for sleep. So now we talked about sleep and the importance of sleep to your super brain. The other area that we mentioned is stress. Because when you're stressed and you're not relaxed, you're creating cortisol and adrenaline, and it shuts down your brain so you can't think, you can't focus, you can't solve problems, you can't remember things, so that's a big challenge. So one of my favorite and one of the best ways to get out of stress and also actually enhance your quality of sleep is a mindfulness practice. So for me, I meditate in the morning and at night for 20 minutes. First thing in the morning and then last thing at night before I go to bed. And research suggests those who meditate also report deeper levels of sleep and they don't wake up quite as much. So I would invite you to find a meditation practice that works for you to be able to reduce stress and also sleep better. So here's what you do. I want you to take one of these ideas and implement it right away. Remember, knowledge is not power, it's only potential power. It only becomes power when we use it. And share what's working for you in our tribe and our community as always. I can't wait to see you in tomorrow's lesson. Talk to you.